Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Eppy. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful Wednesday. Today is day 2 of our 2-week challenge, and I've got another very fun daily creative challenge for you guys. Welcome to everyone in the chat. We've got Fergie, Jan. Hey Jan, how's it going? Mohammed. Awesome. Laura just joining. Welcome. So as always, if you guys have any questions while I'm designing, just pop it in the chat, in the Behance chat, and I will reply to you. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to hop on over to Behance and we can see what's going on over there. All right. So if you want to follow along with me, I'm on behance.net/challenge/XD. And thank you everyone who designed the pet costumes yesterday. Those were so fun to look at in Discord and on Behance. So thanks for sharing those. I'll be looking at a few of those at the end of the stream. So if you want to possibly see yours featured, stay tuned till then. All right. So as always, if you haven't already signed up, you can register right here. And that way each day at 8 a.m. you'll get notified in your Creative Cloud app that there is a new challenge, and you should check on back here. You can also join our community chat over on Discord. This is the link up here, bit.ly/XD Discord if you want to sign up and chat over there. And of course, we're live every day at 2 p.m. Pacific. So let's scroll on down and see what we've got going on. Welcome everyone that's just joining. Rosie, hey Rosie, Sam, Jessica, Ariana. Lots of familiar faces today. All right, so today we're going to be designing the map experience for a camping app. So sort of keeping with our like autumnal sort of theme. So we're going to allow users to pan around the map with scroll groups and use component states to show campsite availability. And as always, or as of recently, I've been showing you guys a sneak peek of the final result just to kind of help you just see like what we're doing at the beginning. So this is what we're going to be making. So we're going to be using a bit of both scroll groups and components. So here we've got a little key showing like what's available, whether it's like just a cabin or if it's a tent site or if you've got a camper. So we're going to do that. And then scroll groups. Ooh, got scroll groups there. It's going to be fun for sort of like a map of just like the layout of all of the campsites. And then we're also going to be doing this little component states. If we had time for all of this, we'll see how much we get done. It's a bit of a lot. But this is just showing some more details about each site, like booked and if it's available and such. So yeah, that's what we're going to be making today. Let's hop back in here. So of course, if you do want to sort of follow along with me, you can grab the starter file, just hit that get started button, and this will take you over to Creative Cloud. This is now where we're hosting all of the starter files. So just hit copy to your work. I know someone was confused in Discord about where the starter file is saved. So you're going to want to go to your Creative Cloud files afterwards, and it should be saved right there. So if you have any further questions, you can just ask me in Discord. And as always, if you miss any bits of the stream or you want to go back and rewatch, you can always just press watch video there. And just very quickly, I want to hop into Discord, and I already see some really cute designs. So yesterday's challenge, like I mentioned, was a pet costume sort of app. So if you do want feedback on your work, just post it in this current challenge channel right here. And I'm going to be looking at some of these towards the end. I already see these are so cute. I love this. Adorable. So kind of we were like flipping through each of those costumes. So cute. Okay, so let's look at those towards the end. You can go ahead and get started. All right. So let's see. Scroll groups. So as always, I kind of give you a preview of where it is. So these 3 icons is where scroll groups are. So we've either got horizontal, so just panning left and right, or we've got vertical scroll, which is the obvious one, just scrolling up and down. And then we've got horizontal and vertical scroll, which is perfect for things like this, like maps, or things that you kind of want to be able to scroll in all directions, or do, diagonal, things like that. So yeah, so that is where scroll groups are. And then if you want to take it a little bit further and do component states for showing the availability, that will be right here. And of course, we've got some inspiration. I liked this. I don't know if this is like technically augmented reality sort of design, but I loved that one. And this one, I just loved the color palette. Like, I like how most of it is kind of the deep navy color, for nighttime. And then if you zoom in, we've got this little cute fire in contrasting colors. So I love that one. That one's by Parham. So you can use those for inspiration if you want. And we've got the resource booklet, as always. You can hop through icons, fonts, photos, all of that good stuff. Some of my favorite resources. And then today's tip, or tips, I should say. So when we're doing anything scrollable, even if it's just vertical, you definitely want to think about what area is the most important. So what do you want the user to first see when they're scrolling? So when you're doing that, especially if it's a map or something, you usually want to have part of it kind of falling off the edge so that the user knows, hey, there's something else on the side. Like, for instance, here we've got some of the trees are kind of falling off. This little thing is falling off. Otherwise, if we just had everything in, within this area and it didn't look like anything was falling off, the user might not know that they can scroll around. So definitely consider that. And that's called below the fold. So anything that's below the fold, if you will, is what the user doesn't see immediately. And then just things like a navigational compass or arrows can also help that. All right, so we've got a lot of designing to do. So let's go ahead and actually get started. So top left, usually I reserve this space for some kind of home icon or hamburger menu or navigational aid. So I just kind of want to keep that tucked away. If you did want to open this up, you could add like an animation that is kind of opening from there like this, showing some more of that menu, but I'm going to keep it tucked away because I want the rest of the screen really to be focused on our map. And then on the right side, you can add some sort of just like aid for getting around the map, whether it's like compass sort of icon, like making you go back to like due north, or just any other sort of key like that. All right, so let's see. Then we don't really need to add any text yet. Let's go ahead and just start adding some of our trees in here. And the nice thing about this project was that I actually already had a ton of these illustrations. This design is a little bit like illustration heavy just because we're making the map today, but definitely anytime you make a design, always save those icons and those illustrations. I have one huge file for all of my icons, and every daily creative challenge I keep adding extra items in there so that anytime, if I, like this one was from like a farm app, I think. So always keep your resources because you never know when you might need it in the future. So just something to keep in mind as you're designing. It's worth the extra 5 minutes after you're finished with the project to like go back in and just like save all of those assets and icons. All right, so I'm just kind of randomly adding some of these trees and like wooden fence posts. I also want to add a trail, and I'm just going to use the pen tool here. So pen tool is right over here, or you can press P for the shortcut. So let's just kind of weave this around, and I've got some colors up here. Let's make this border this kind of tan color, and I'll bring this way up, maybe 17. And then if you ever need to like redo part of your trail here, just double click on any of these anchor points. And I'll just kind of make a few more of these. We'll do 17 again. Use that tan color. And we're just going to continue making some random little lines. Not really any rhyme or reason to these trails. Just kind of fill in that space using those anchor points. What else? I also want to add some little circles for where the actual campsites will be. So let's make these a little bit lighter than our background. And the background, I'm not like making a separate rectangle for this. I just go into appearance and change this fill color. So normally this is white, but I liked that darker kind of green color for some contrast there. Now you'll notice, so we don't have like a whole ton yet, but you'll notice that now we're starting to kind of run out of space on this particular artboard, but we still want to be able to scroll around. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and start our scroll group. So I just want to preview this, show this to you guys so far so you can see. Okay, so when we preview is up here in the top right, and we try to scroll around. I'm trying to scroll on my touchpad. Nothing's happening. So we need to go over here, back into the design tab. And first we need to select all of these items. So let's go ahead and just group everything together, minus like these two up here. I'm just gonna hold down Shift and unselect those so they're not included in our group. And then I'm gonna Command G to group everything. So now we can move that around. And I'll just show you what each of these looks like. So horizontal scroll, this is what this would look like. You can scroll left and right like this, but not up and down. So I'm trying to scroll up and down right now, but only goes left and right. So that's fine. That's more maybe for if you have like images, maybe it's an e-commerce site with some product pages, that would be good for that. And then this one is vertical scroll. Let's go ahead and preview this. So we can go up and down, but we can't go left and right here. Trying to scroll left and right, and that doesn't work. And that is good for just your regular, really anything vertical on any website. But let's undo that because we want to do this last one. And so now you'll see we've got these little edges, and this is where, like I was talking about before with above or below the fold, this is where your fold would be. So you can drag these down to wherever you want. It guessed correctly that I want to keep it on just like all four sides. So if we preview this now we can scroll in all different directions. Okay, so that's kind of a preview of those. But I actually don't want to put it into scroll groups yet because I want to keep building out like the rest of this. So I find it easier if you're doing something that's like really massive, like a map, to just drag it all off of the artboard and ungroup it first, and then like build everything out and then put it back on the screen or on that particular artboard. So I'm gonna just add a temporary dark green background behind this while we kind of build out the rest of this. And all right, so let's add some more trails here. So this is tan, and we'll bring this up to 17. Jan said scrolling in all directions is Zelda and horizontal scroll is Mario. That's so true. It's such a good comparison. I love that. And let's add some more of these little circles. These can be any size. Maybe like the premium ones are a little bigger. Doesn't really matter though. Add some more here. And then after we just kind of add some more of these like trees and all this stuff around, then we can start adding some of the actual campsites themselves. So let's scroll down here. I already saved a few icons, again, from previous projects. You never know when you're going to use a tent icon again. So here we want to show those 3 different types of sites. So this one can be like cabin. I didn't want to do a whole cabin. That wouldn't really fit in here. So this one is like log cabin. with the fire. And then this one can be just a regular tent site. And then this one will be for a camper, just pulling a camper in. So we've just got those three. And let's just go ahead and copy and paste. And we'll kind of reuse some of these. And you'll notice that these are all component instances over here. So that's important because anytime if I want to go in and change any of these, if I update the main component, then it will update the rest of those, which is really nice. Saves a bunch of time. Let's just fill it in with a few more of these trees. I think I spread it out too much. Now I'm having to like fill in all this empty space. And I'm not really sure what the fences are really for, but kind of helps fill the space out a little bit more. All right, maybe just one more trail and then we can get into components. All right, change this to, oh, where's the tan? To tan, okay. So that's looking good. Let's see. Okay, someone was saying something about the music. Yes, I do have music in the background. Is it distracting or something? Let me know. It's a little faint, so maybe you were surprised by it, but let me know if it's something crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and build one of these component states right here. So I'll do this one. So what I want to do is bring this kind of pop out here, and I want to add some text in this. So let's say maybe like if it's booked or available, and I'll make this black so we can see it. Bring this over here. This one's booked, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, someone said talking in the background music. Yeah, some of the music is like parts of it are talking, but sorry if that was distracting. Okay, so let's add some more detail text. So this can say something like check-in time. Maybe check-in time is 3 p.m. Check-out time is 2 p.m. What else? Max occupancy is 6, maybe, and maybe just like the size of the campground, like 55 by 12 feet or so. Not really sure how big campsites are, but maybe that's really big, I'm not sure. And then of course we need a CTA button, a call to action, to be able to book. So we'll add that down here. Let's make this brown. Round those corners a bit. We're going for very rounded everything here. All right. And then we need some text. So I'll just copy and paste this. And then we'll say book site. Or actually this would be grayed out, I guess. So we can bring this down here. Otherwise, it would be available. Let's keep it at medium. Oh, that's a good idea. Jan said maybe we can ask Cody to add some cute bears to this app. That would be so cute. She is the pro, obviously, at adding bears. Or at designing bears, I should say. All right, so let's add this to our CTA button and just group all those together. And group all that. Okay, so in order to make a component, you'll see over here, we've got components. So it's blank right now. What I want to do is, this is already an instance. So in order to update the rest of all of these, I want to right click and then edit the main component. And I'm just going to copy this. And it will send me to wherever the main component is. So this is the main component, I guess. So let's just work on it down here. So we've already got closed and opened. Oh, I guess I already did this one. So let's just delete that then. So for closed, obviously nothing would be appearing. But when we open it, we want to double click in here and just paste that little pop out that we just created. So we can just paste it right there. And we can go from closed to opened. And so now if we click, let's delete that. If we click any of our instances, so it could be this one, it could be this one, we should be able to open that both of those same states on any of those, which is really nice. Now we need to make sure we go into the prototype tab and just add those interactions. Looks like I already did it. But from closed, we would add the tap interaction right here. So add that tap. It can be auto animate, transition is fine too. I think I'll just keep it at transition. And the destination here would be our opened state. And then vice versa for opened, we would add a tap trigger and the destination would be closed. And default state is really the same as closed, whatever you want. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to our design tab. We'll keep this on closed. And now we can group all of this together. So Command G to group. And what I'm actually gonna do, I'm just gonna make this mask so we don't see kind of those rough edges. And now we can bring it onto our artboard. Let's just send this to the back. You can kind of put it wherever you want, wherever you think looks best, because people will scroll around in there. So now let's go ahead and preview this. And when you're previewing, make sure your prototype, the first artboard that you want to preview has this little home icon selected, so it'll be blue. And then we can press the play button. And now we can, let's make sure we have, we didn't add the scroll groups, that's why we can't scroll. Okay, let's drag that up. And now when we preview, woo, so cute. It is so fun. Oh, looks like I need to bring this trail up there a bit. This is looking a little empty over here too. So, add as much of these icons as you want. Doesn't have to be too crazy, but play around with scroll groups. It's fun to just like try out all diagonal. And like Jan was mentioning, this would actually be really fun to make like sort of a game. Maybe you're hopping around from different towns or something. That would be fun. And let's try out our component states. So you can do component states within a scroll group. So it'll hide while I'm scrolling around, which is really fun. So let's see that, open and close it. Lovely. Okay, that looks pretty good. Command S to save. And I don't have too much time left, but if you did want to add this little key at the bottom, I had already created this, but this is just saying how many campsites are available for each of those categories. That would be nice to add too. And if you want to animate that going up and down, you could just copy and paste it and just kind of bring this down here, like right there. And if we hop back into the prototype tab and drag this right here, I don't know why, I had that going over there. Drag your trigger to the next artboard. You could just do a tap and you could do an auto animate here. And then same thing with this going right back here. Same auto animate, same tap trigger, and we can preview that as well. So let's try that out. Nice, super smooth, going up and down. Just nice to have so users know what all of those icons mean, since they're not super recognizable maybe at first. Maybe the tent and the camper, but maybe not the campsite or the campfire. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, Andrea Perez said, or a pumpkin patch map. That's a good idea. Still keeping with the theme, I love it. All right, let's go ahead and Command S to save. As always, if you want to export this as a movie file, you can come over here to your play button and then press this record button, and you can record yourself kind of tapping around and save that as an MOV file to upload to Behance or wherever if you want. And then if you are sharing it on Behance, just make sure you go into your project and go into Edit, Settings, and under Settings, we've got that keyword XD Daily Challenge. So make sure you add that if you want me to look at your work. Or you could also share it on Discord. All right, so I've got like not too much time left, very short, to look at some of you guys' work. Maybe actually I'll look on Discord because I feel like there were a lot more there. All right, let's see. These are so fun. Okay. Oh, this is by Andrea Perez. I just saw you in the chat. All right. This is very quick. Let me see. Ah, this is so fun. Is this your own cat? Because if so, I love that. I love that so much. Star Wars themed. So fun. Ah, this is so cute. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's look at another one. This one, I looked at that earlier. This one's by Tintin. Let's take a look. Oh my god, it's so cute. What is that costume? Is that a shark maybe? I'm not really sure. Shark, mouse, angel? Oh, flying monkey. Okay, I was not sure there. That is so fun. Nice component states on that heart. And a panda bear. Oh my gosh, so cute. I love this. Lion King. Olaf. I had a little bit of trouble finding pet costumes, so if you guys were having a hard time too, like, let me know. Okay, Tatiana. Let's see what hers looks like. Ooh, very clean. I love this. A witch costume. And we've got the component states up there. Princess. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing those. That is about all the time that I have left for today. Don't go anywhere because in about 5 minutes we have our draw along with Kyle Webster, and I will be back here again tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific for a whole new another set of challenges or another challenge. And don't forget to put your work in Discord. All right, bye guys. Have a great day.